Have you ever noticed how Seattle rains differently? It's not just water falling from the sky. It's like the entire city whispers secrets during storms. And at Harborview Medical Center, the Pacific Northwest's premier trauma hospital, some secrets should never be heard. My name is Jennifer Walsh. For 5 years, I worked as a night shift nurse in the intensive care unit at Harborview. What I'm about to tell you is why I can never work in hospitals again. It's why I'm moving away from Seattle next week. It all started on a Tuesday night in October. One of those typical Seattle nights where the rain never stops and the wind makes the hospital windows vibrate like drums. It was 3:17 a.m. when we received a crash victim from Interstate 5. Motorcyclist. Severe head trauma. The guy was technically dead for 20 minutes, but we managed to bring him back. He went straight to room 814 in the neurological intensive care ward, permanent vegetative state. Another one of our ghosts, as we called them, bodies that breathe, but minds that left long ago. The strange thing is, I knew that corridor better than my own home. 5 years, caring for the same patients. Mr. Morrison, in 8110, in a coma for 2 years after a stroke. Mrs. Chen, in 812, aneurysm victim. The kid in 816, only 17, diving accident that left him paralyzed from the neck down. But that night, something was different. First, it was the monitors. During heavy storms, electrical interference was normal. But this time, the beeping of the machines began to form, patterns, as if they were communicating with each other. I called the electronics technician, but he said everything was working perfectly. "Jen, you're overthinking it," he said, laughing. "It's just rain." But it wasn't just rain. Around 4 a.m., when the storm intensified, I started noticing that the coma patients were different, not moving, understand? They remained motionless, connected to ventilators, eyelids closed. But there was something in their faces, a tension that hadn't been there before. That's when I heard the first voice. I was checking Mr. Morrison's vital signs when I heard a whisper coming from the next room. I thought it was Mrs. Chen. Sometimes semi-conscious patients murmur random words. But when I entered room 812, she was exactly, as always, motionless, connected to tubes, breathing artificially. The whisper continued. "Nurse ... My blood ran cold. The voice was coming from her, but her mouth wasn't moving. Her lips remained still, but the voice continued, clear as crystal. "Nurse ... Can you hear me?" I ran to the hallway. My supervisor, Carol, was making notes. At the nursing station. "Carol, Mrs. Chen is talking." She looked at me like I'd lost my mind. Chen has been in a deep coma for 8 months. Irreversible brain damage. You need coffee. I went back to the room with her. Total silence, just the rhythmic sound of the ventilator. "See," Carol said, "just machines." But as soon as she left, the voice returned. "Don't leave, please. I'm in here, This wasn't Mrs. Chen's voice. It was younger, desperate. "Who are you?" I whispered. I was the motorcyclist from room 814. Impossible. He'd only arrived a few hours ago and was in near total brain death. "How are you speaking through her during storms, When the electricity becomes unstable, we can connect. The machines, They transmit more than vital signs." My skin crawled. I left room 812 and went to 814. The motorcyclist was there, connected to a dozen machines, assisted breathing. No sign of consciousness. But when I approached, I heard his voice, not from his lips, but coming from the heart monitor. "Thank you, for coming." "This is impossible," I muttered. "We're all here," the voice continued, now coming from different devices around the room. "Trapped. Our bodies don't work anymore, but our minds are screaming." I ran to the hallway. The monitors in every room were blinking in sync. And then I heard it coming from every device, every room, every machine on the entire floor. A chorus of voices. Help us, ... We're conscious, ... Please, someone listen to us, ... We've been trying to speak for years, ... Mr. Morrison, in a coma for 2 years, his voice coming from the pulse oximeter. I hear everything, ... Every conversation, every procedure, but I can't move. The girl from 818, overdose victim. My family thinks I don't feel anything, but I feel everything. Every needle, every tube, ... The teenager from 816. I want to die, but the machines won't let me. It was a nightmare. Dozens of patients that the medical world had declared vegetative, but who were completely conscious, trapped in bodies that wouldn't obey, screaming in silence for months, years, ... The rain got heavier. The machines started making strange noises, as if they were overloaded. The voices became louder, more desperate. You're the first who can hear us. The storms amplify the signals. Please, tell someone. And then, the question that haunts me to this day, coming from room 814, nurse ... Do you know how many hospitals exist like this one? How many of us are there, screaming in silence, waiting for someone to listen? The power flickered. The lights blinked, and the moment the storm passed, everything returned to silence. Just the rhythmic sound of ventilators and monitors. I resigned the next morning, but sometimes, when it rains hard in Seattle, I still hear the voices. And I wonder, in how many hospitals around the world are there conscious people, trapped in inert bodies, crying for help that never comes? Maybe it's better not to know the answer. If you're listening to this story during a storm, ... Pay attention to the sounds around you. Sometimes, machines speak more than we imagine.